Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Today we will resume our classes. Today I'm going to start a very interesting subject, which the vast majority of you have always been very curious about. To start the subject I need to go back a little to what I said previously. As I said, there is a great source of divine spark that produces souls. Each soul is placed to be nurtured and become the energetic body of a future material body, a physical body. Very good. When all souls are created, how are the feelings of these souls born? Let's think about this. Where are all souls created from? From the divine spark of our Father or Mother God. So what does this spark contain? All the feelings of our Father or Mother God, which are love, mainly, solidarity, friendship, all the high vibrational feelings that you know. So all these feelings come from our Father or Mother God. These are the feelings emanating from Him. Think about this, our Father or Mother God is a high vibration energy, so there is no possibility of low vibration feelings existing within Him. There is no possibility, due to its very high vibration, these feelings are destroyed long before they are created. So our Father or Mother God never experienced any of these feelings. What feelings am I referring to? Low vibration feelings. However, I tell you the following, with His infinite wisdom, He has not experienced it, but He is fully aware of the harm that these feelings cause to the soul, because if souls are made from the divine spark, which has Him as its source, with very high frequency, if this divine spark is placed close to a frequency different from yours, the feelings of low vibration, this spark becomes unbalanced. No, it does not die, no, it does not go out, but it becomes unbalanced, and the entire energetic body of this soul becomes unbalanced together. Then start to understand from there where the transformations occur through feelings of low vibration. I say again, our Father or Mother God never felt these feelings, but He knows exactly what they cause. So for Him this is enough. So let's try to understand, let's learn how this was possible. If the divine spark that comes from our Father or Mother God is a 100% high frequency spark, 100% good vibrations, how did these feelings arise? From where? How were they implanted in souls? Was it a defect? Was it a defect of this machine that, as I already told you, I will call it machine, this machine that generates, that multiplies, the divine spark of our Father or Mother God? No. It would never be a mistake with this machine, because the frequency there is very high. Nothing that tried to be created there would be automatically destroyed. So the source wasn't from there, that's not where it all started, it was not from there that evil began, in the beginnings of the universe. This is not recent. This is very old, where many of the stars that exist today were not even created yet. Many processes were improved over time, so that things became more and more perfect, increasingly balanced. So I have already explained to you that there are souls who do all the genetic planning of the bodies, which the millions of beings in the universe will wear. Very good. These bodies are created by these souls responsible for this process. It is obvious that everything created has the direct supervision of our Father or Mother God, of course yes, but as I explained to you, each physical body that is created according to the environment in which it lives, is created according to the environment in which it will live. So if it will be a pleasant environment, this physical body will have a softer structure. If the environment is a harsher environment, one of great adversity, this physical body will have a rougher, stronger structure, and this is how beings were created. What is the planning of our Father or Mother God? Create souls simply to come and be all identical, the same? It wouldn't be very funny, because it would be a world without perspective, a world without growth, because everyone would know that everyone would be equal. So with His infinite wisdom, our Father or Mother God created obstacles, which are the means of evolution of souls. It is through lessons that souls evolve and learn, like children being educated by their parents. So, as time went by, our Father or Mother God began to realize that souls did not behave in the same way. That their minds, yes, souls also have their minds, they are not robots manipulated by our Father or Mother God. Souls were all created with consciousness, but a pure conscience, a conscience without any kind of distortion, a consciousness without evil implanted in it, just the desire for evolution, just the desire for ascent between dimensions. Very good. From the moment souls become aware, some develop more than others. Yes, why, as I said a moment ago, if they were all the same, what fun would it be? The world would be pathetic, because everyone would be the same, without feelings, without different thoughts. So souls are composed of the divine spark, physical bodies adapted to the environment in which they will live, and with consciousness. Where does this awareness come from? Conscience was created by our Father or Mother God and placed in the soul so that it knows how to maintain itself, have its own will, have its own thoughts, and have its own choice of the path to follow. It is not obligatory, every soul tries to evolve, no, it can remain where it is as long as it wants. So therein lies the big secret. What differentiates one soul from another? What do you call personality here? So, consciousnesses are placed in souls, we can all say so, with a pattern, a basic pattern, in which everyone is born with that pattern, of survival, mainly of survival, because if the soul does not realize that it needs to eat to survive, that it needs to protect itself from the cold, it needs to protect itself from fire, in order not to be destroyed, the soul will get into dangerous situations and will self-destruct, the physical body that it has. Then some topics are placed in the conscious minds of souls so that they survive. So it's survival, danger, some topics. Very good. And each soul begins to behave differently. There are those who like to run a lot, there are those who like to stand still, and so on. Very good. This consciousness created by our Father or Mother God has always been focused on good, simply on the evolution of souls, that each one would choose her path, and lead it in the best way possible, as she wanted. So let's put it that the first souls were very primitive. This I am talking about in the universe, they were very primitive. His thoughts were strictly survival, they were not intelligent souls. So the process was improved over time, as if it were a big project. A good question, which is necessary, is how are these consciousnesses created? So it is. These consciousnesses are created, very similar to that divine spark machine, only they were created. It's like, because each consciousness, like I said, comes with a basic pattern, but in each one an extra dot is placed, so that from that point on, it develops in a different way than the other. So each consciousness is as if it were a unique consciousness. It is as if it had been an experience, in which each factor was placed in the consciousness of that soul and observed how it evolved. But it was never imagined that this process could one day go wrong, as no feeling of ambition, of struggle, of attacking others was ever placed in the consciousness of these souls. They have always been projects for survival and evolution, never attacking others, in any way. But in one of these consciousnesses, something went wrong, some combination of factors didn't work out very well, and some souls were created this way, with feelings of competition, with feelings of eliminating the other, so that they could survive. It is as if that love, that divine spark, had been extinguished in that being. And then many studies were carried out to determine what to do with those beings who came out of this problem. Out of His infinite love, God did not choose to destroy these beings, He found it interesting, it would be a new vision of your own creation, to see how other beings would behave in the face of these new feelings. And then it all began, my brothers. Everything, what you call evil, is not evil for the sake of evil, it was first due to the survival instinct, which was very strong in these primitive souls. Then, as they had nothing to eat, they began to realize that if they killed those around them, there would be more food left. So first it was survival instinct, not for power, not for the simple fact of killing, but to survive. But this act of eliminating another physical body brought an imbalance in those beings. Their souls were no longer fully balanced only with feelings of good, there was a different feeling there, an imbalance occurred. But even so, God chose to let them live. Many may say, ah, so this was God's big mistake. No, no, because for God, the key word, and which I always repeat here, is balance. So he always trusted, and was sure, and is still to this day, that good will never be dominated by these beings. No matter how powerful and strong they become, they would never erase those feelings that are in the divine spark, because what is more strong, it is this spark, not the feelings that are around it. So God was never afraid. God decided to let it happen, and so, new feelings emerged over time, no matter how many experiences were made. God began to realize that there was a balance, that even these beings with, let's say, not so appropriate behaviors, were unable to reverse the natural order of things, which were good feelings, overcoming these low vibrational feelings. And so things happened. Consciousnesses have become more intelligent over time, more evolved, because as souls evolve they gain more knowledge, and this has grown. It's as if it were a small speck in the sea of love that God had created. But it is, always has been, and always will be, a controlled stain. It will never be something that will have the slightest threat against God. There is no threat. There is not the slightest possibility that one day the universe will reverse itself, one day this evil will survive in addition to the good. Does not exist. Because, by his power and wisdom, the day God wants to end all this, he ends it. For remember, each divine spark is a piece of him. So whoever he wants, if necessary, to destroy, he would destroy at the same time. So there is no threat to God. It never existed and will never exist, as he has total control of everything, as everyone contains his divine spark. There is no soul without a divine spark, so there is no threat. Never existed. It has often been put to you that evil is a powerful thing. This was very much triggered by your religions, in order to maintain fear in you. Evil has power, yes, but not all the power, which is imposed on it. There is no such power. This is a lot, mental manipulation of you. I will get to this subject, but much more later. So that's it, my brothers. For today I will stop here. I hope you will be analyzing how this all started, how this whole process started, not with the intention of destroying one against the other, just as a form of evolution. But consciences are their own and each one went one way. So in the next class, this subject, it's long, my brothers, it's not small. In the next classes you will understand why it spread throughout the universe, and then you will understand a lot. I am Archangel Michael. I am here, always ready, to help you get to know a little more about your universe.